ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांतचार्य वर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि। We are now seeing the chapter called Prabhava Paddhati, or chapter talking about the influence of Paduka Sahasram. We have till now seen 53 verses of the Paduka Sahasram and 23 verses of this chapter. Now today we will continue from the 24th verse of this chapter and the 54th verse of Paduka Sahasram. So here Vedanta Deshika says, Sakratapi bhuvanesmin sharginah paduke tvam Upanishad anukalpaihi uttamangaihi dadhanaha narakamiva mahanto nakamullanghayantaha parishadi nivishante praktananam gurunam. So as all the verses in Paduka Sahasram, this verse also addresses the Paduka. The Paduka is addressed. So Paduke, Sharnginah Paduke. That means Paduka of Sarangapani. Sarangapani. Sharangapani, Paduka of Lord Ranganatha. Asmin Bhuvane, in this universe. Asmin Bhuvane, in this universe. Sakradapi. Sakradapi means even if once, Tvam, even once, Tvam, you. So those who have even once, they have taken you on their heads. Tvam. So Upanishad anukalpaihi, uttamangaihi. So those who have taken or placed you on their heads. So they are like uttamangaihi, means their uttama anga, means their heads. Those heads are like Upanishad anukalpaihi. Those heads are like Upanishads. Why Upanishads? Because Upanishads are considered to be the best part of the Vedas. Upanishads are considered to be the best part of the Vedas. That's why they are called Vedanta, means the summary of the Vedas. The best part of the Vedas, the summary of the Vedas. And the heads are only second to Upanishads. Why? Because Upanishads talk about, indirectly, they talk about the Paduka of Lord Ranganatha. And the Paduka of Lord Ranganatha has been placed in the Upanishads. Similarly, if the Paduka is placed on the heads of some people, even once, then those heads become like the head of the Vedas, that is Upanishads. Uttama Angaihi. They become Anukalpaihi. So just after Upanishads, these heads who have Sakradapi, even once, if they have taken on themselves the Paduka, then they become just next to Upanishads. They become just next to Upanishads. Dadhanaha. Uttamangaihi dadhanaha. Dadhanaha, those who by carrying in their heads, on their heads. By carrying on their heads, by carrying you on their heads, even for once, they become next only to Upanishads. Mahantah, great people. What they do? Great people. These great people who carry even once, who carry you on their heads become only next to the Upanishads because their heads become glorious. Why? Because they talk of you or they have a place for you. So they have placed you on their heads. So their heads become glorious, anukalpaihi, second only or just after following after the Upanishads. And so what happens? Mahantah, great people, they narakamiva, like hell, like naraka, they consider nakam. They consider nakam means swarga or heaven. So they consider heaven to be like naraka. So the Anvaya is like this. Sharanginaha paduke asmin bhuvane sakritapi tvam Upanishad anukalpaihi uttamangaihi dadanaha mahantah mahanto narakamiva nakam. So nakam means heaven or swarga. They consider narakam just like hell. So for them, for people who are really devoted to you, Paduka, who have so much devotion to you that they consider it a great fortune, great joy to place you on their heads, according to them, Swarga and Naraka are same. According to them, Swarga and Naraka are same because Naraka is also bondage. Swarga is also bondage. They want to attain the feet of Lord Ranganatha, which is true moksha. So those people, ullangayantaha, they pass or they cross heaven. They cross heaven just like Narakamiva, as though it is hell. So they don't accept heaven. What happened to Nachiketa? Nachiketa went to Lord Yama, and Lord Yama said, don't ask this question about death. Ask me anything you want, or you don't want also, I will give you. Whatever is available other than this question of what happens after death, I will give you all those things. Don't ask me about death. So he was given, Nachiketa was given so many temptations, but Lord Yama could not succeed in tempting Nachiketa. Because according to Nachiketa, all these things are of no value. Of no value. And here the same thing is told. Those who have taken you on their heads, for them ullangayantaha, they pass over Swarga. They transcend the desire to attain Swarga. Why? Because for them this is not Swarga. For them, the feet of Lord Ranganatha, Paramapada, is Swarga. Paramapada means what? Paramapada is the residence or the abode of Lord Ranganatha. That is Paramapada. So that is what they want. They don't want Swarga. They don't want to enjoy any fruits of their virtuous actions, meritorious actions. They don't want to enjoy any fruit of their meritorious actions. So when a saint passes away, we don't say that the saint has gone to Swarga or Naraka. We say the saint has gone to the abode of God. The saint has attained the abode of God. So here, Nakam ullangayantaha praktananam gurunam parishadi nivishante. Praktananam. Before that, former gurunam, of former teachers, parishadi, in the court or in the group assembly, in the assembly of former acharyas or teachers. So a person who is fortunate to have carried you on one's head, even once in one's lifetime, if somebody has the good fortune to have Lord Ranganatha's padukas placed on one's head, that person will attain to the abode of Vishnu, abode of Lord Ranganatha. That person will cross all papa and punya. How does one go to Swarga? A person goes to Swarga because if that person has got many meritorious actions, lot of punya, then that person goes to Swarga. How does one go to Naraka? If a person has got lot of papa karma, sinful actions or demeritorious actions, that person will reach Naraka. But a person who is devoted to Lord Ranganatha, transcends both punya and papa, transcends both merit and demerit, virtue and vice, and attains to the abode of Lord Ranganatha. Vishnu Padam, Parama Padam. So that Parama Padam, the final destination, that person attains. And so that person, Ullangayanta, that person transcends all desires to attain to Swarga, or all desires to avoid Naraka. That is also a desire. So, Paramapada, that person attains Paramapada. And such pada is attained, that the abode is attained by Praktananam Gurunam, by all these gurus, teachers who were before that person. And so this person becomes one among the gurus who have been there. So how does a guru become a guru? By attaining to the abode of Lord Ranganatha. So Nivishante, he attains. All this happens because of just placing the paduka once on one's head. That's all it is needed. That's all is needed to attain to the assembly of the gurus. The idea is one bows down before Lord Ranganatha. So that is the surrender, true surrender. So guru becomes guru by performing true surrender, surrendering to Lord. So those gurus, they have attained Lord. They have gone to Lord, to the abode of Lord. And they attain to the feet of Lord. Attain to the feet of Lord. And that is what is told in the Paramapada Sopana by Vedanta Deshika himself. So according to Vedanta Deshika, what he says in Paramapada Sopana, he says, when a person upon death reaches Vaikuntha, so a true devotee of Vishnu, Lord Ranganatha, will be carried by Vishnu Dutas, messengers of Vishnu. They will go and there will be no Yama. Yama cannot go there. Yama has no jurisdiction there. If you are a true devotee of Lord Ranganatha, Lord Vishnu, then Yama has no jurisdiction there. Yama cannot go near you. So all Vishnu Dutas will go, messengers from Vaikuntha, and they will carry you to Vaikuntha, to the abode of Lord Vishnu. And when that devotee goes, according to Vedanta Deshika, in his another work called Paramapada Sopana, when that person goes to Vaikuntha, that person sees. So that person has reached Vaikuntha means that person has already got moksha. So that person sees that in Vaikuntha, that person's teacher is there, guru is there. Then the guru of that person's guru is there, and so on. The entire tradition of gurus, teachers of that person, also teachers of that person, also other maybe family members who are on par with a guru, all are there, standing there, waiting for this person to arrive. So, and so they see, and so they also welcome this person. Yeah, now you have really deserved our education. We have taught you well. You now understood what we were saying all along, that you have to attain to Paramapada. So you have attained to the greatest abode, that is the feet of Lord Ranganatha. So they are happy. So this is what is told by Vedanta Desika in his work Paramapada Sopana. So Mahantah, how do people become great? Not by having great scholarship, but by they are great because they bow down. They bow down to take on their heads the paduka, the footwear of Lord Ranganatha. And also they bow down because they know where to go. So in this world, there are many people. Most people, they go to objects of sense experience. They go to objects of sense experience. How many people they go to temple? So temple people don't want to go. So when the first lockdown came because of Corona, there were many TV channels. When that lockdown was relaxed, many TV channels showed huge queues in front of liquor shops. How people were standing in front of liquor shops, huge queues. And so they showed huge queues are there in front of liquor shop. And then some people were also saying that now we are really happy because now this Corona relaxation, we can now get this liquor. And one video in that one person was showing that my entire heart has become cooled. It has cooled because of this liquor. So that is the kind of experience people want. But Sri Ramakrishna once he was walking from temple back to his room, and he was unable, he was in such a exalted state that he could not walk properly. So he was walking like a drunkard. He was losing step. And so Holy Mother Sarada Devi was besides him. And so he asked, what has happened? Have I become like a drunkard? Have I lost my consciousness? Have I lost my bearings? Then Holy Mother Sarada Devi said, no, why would you become a drunkard? You are drunk with the joy of the name of Lord. So Sri Ramakrishna sings a song. He says, that song is in Bengali, Surapan Korini Ami, Sudha Khai Sri Kali Bole. So I have not drunk liquor, but I partake or I eat Amrita, nectar. I drink nectar, taking the name of Lord, taking the name of Mother Kali. So that is the sense experience. That is the beyond sense experience, super sensory experience, which a devotee wants. And so that person becomes Mahanta. So that person is Mahanta, great, because that person is craving for this experience of becoming near to God, going near to God. And by doing so, that person is also giving us proof that yes, it is possible to attain to the Paramapada, the greatest abode. It is possible. That person is giving us this proof also. And so those whose heads are bowing down to Paduka, or on whose heads Paduka is kept, they are Upanishad Anukalpaihi. They are following in the steps of Upanishads. Why? Also because Upanishads indirectly talk about Padukas, but also because Upanishads talk about the Paramapada, the greatest abode. Because Upanishads talk about the greatest abode, so these people also attain there and find their teachers also there. So then you go and then you say, oh, you are also sitting here. That is what I thought. So when people are all having the same goal, they see one another. After some time also they see in the same place. It happens when you attend a meeting after a long time, then you see that somebody with whom you are studying in some college, that person also is coming. Oh, you are also here. Sri Ramakrishna tells that a opium addict is very happy to see another opium addict, because then they're like, oh, you are also here. Then you have some common thing to talk about. So similarly, when a person who attains the abode of Vishnu meets one's gurus and other teachers, or the teachers of one's teachers who taught that person about the greatness of the name of Lord Ranganatha, then what happens? Then they are very happy. And the teachers are also happy. So for a person who is engrossed in the name of Lord Ranganatha, for a person who wants to always take the name of the Lord, for that person, Sukha is also Dukkha. Happiness is also misery. So basically, for that person, everything in this world is misery. That is why Sri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Anityam Asukham Lokam. How can this world become Asukha? Sometimes we get happiness. No, sometimes we get happiness because we think of the world, we don't think of the God, of God. We don't think of the abode of God or of God. So that is why we get happiness sometimes. But a person who is always thinking of God only can think of separation from God. The person can only think of separation from God. So when somebody is deeply in love, all good things are totally, they feel insipid. They don't have any attraction to that person. Only what attracts that person is that beloved. Only beloved attracts that person. So that person, everything, good food, good clothes, good things, they don't like that. They only like the company of the beloved. So similarly, a devotee does not like Swarga, does not like even Swarga. For the devotee, that is like Naraka. So Swarga Anubhava is like Naraka Yatana, means the experience of Swarga, experience of heaven is like experience of hell. So one has to be very careful about the Swarga and Naraka, because nowadays the system is like this. After you die, Yama, Lord Yama will come and take. If you are not a devotee of God, then Lord Yama will come. If you are a true devotee of God, then the messengers of Vishnu will come. But if Lord Yama comes, so similarly one person died. Disclaimer, of course, is there. No part of this story resembles anybody. It is purely coincidental and imaginary, blah, blah, blah. So a person died, and that person then went to that place where all this reservation and checking, booking, etc. happens. So there is this Chitragupta, who is the assistant of operations, COO, Chief Operations Officer. So he looked at the person, and they are all computerized long ago, artificial intelligence and all that. So they were like, only you have to show your Aadhaar card. Then they will immediately tell you whether you are in Swarga or you are to go to Naraka. So like that, one person had gone, showed the Aadhaar card. Then Chitragupta said, now there is an offer. So now you have to just see this and we will show you something. And based on that, you have to choose whether you want to go to Swarga and Naraka. Then that person was surprised. Oh, I did not know this. I thought that it depended on your actions. But now you're saying we have a choice. Okay, show me. So he was shown. So there is a lawn and people are all dressed in black and they are all sitting with long faces without talking to anybody, silently. So this person asked, what is this? Chitragupta said, oh, that is Swarga. That is heaven. So he said, okay, now show Naraka. And Naraka was shown. Partying is going on. Partying, lot of food, dance, singing, everything is going on. Hey, this is Naraka. Said, oh. Then he said, I want to go to Naraka. I want to go to Naraka. This will be nice. And then he said, okay, go to Naraka. The moment he went into Naraka, a huge cauldron was there. A boiling pot of oil was boiling, and he was being put there for frying, deep frying. So he started crying and he said, "Arey, but this is not what was shown as Naraka. They showed all joy and everything." Then he was told, "No, no, that was advertisement. This is the actual product." So that was product description. This is actual product. So like that, people who expect Swarga Anubhava, they will get something else. So that's why Swarga Anubhava is always elusive. You think you have got Swarga Anubhava, but you got some other Anubhava. That is why a true devotee of God thinks that Swarga Anubhava is also Naraka Yatana. It is the experience of Swarga is also the misery of Naraka. So other than Paramapada, other than the joy of being at the abode or in the abode of Lord Ranganatha, everything is insipid, loses importance, disinteresting, uninteresting to the devotee, even if it is the post of Indra. So in the Puranas we see Indra is constantly afraid of one's post. So he will send so many people, oh, somebody is doing meditation, send some Apsara, destroy that meditation because my post will go away. So that kind of a fear is there. But for a person who takes the name of Lord all the time, there is nothing to lose. There is nothing to lose because you cannot lose the name of Lord. So if you more and more tell the name of the Lord, you cannot lose it, or it is not expended also. It is not exhausted also. So that person has nothing to lose. Then in the 25th verse of Prabhava Paddhati, 55th verse of the Paduka Sahasram, Vedanta Deshika says, Shamadama Gunadanto Udanta Vaideshikanam Sharanam Asharananam Madrisham Madhavasya Padakamalamidam te Paduke Rakshayamasid Anudaya Nidananam Agamanam Nidhanam. Here again he addresses the Paduka. He says, Paduke, O Paduka, what are you doing? This Shama, Dama, Guna, Danta, Udanta, Vaideshikanam, Asharananam, Madrisham, Sharanam. So, what are you, Paduka? What are you doing? You are Shama. Shama means control of sense organs. Shama. Dama means control of the mind. Guna. Guna means great qualities like compassion, etc. Compassion, etc. That is Guna. Danta. Danta means devotion. Devotion. So, a person who has no connection with Vaideshikanam means one who is stranger to. Vaideshika means, actually it means coming from a different place or foreigner. Videshi, Vaideshi or Vaideshikana. So it has got two meanings. One is Vaideshikana means a person who is foreigner, new to that place or stranger. Another stranger means new to that place. Another one meaning is one who does not have Deshika, means one who does not have an instructor, a proper person who has no instructor or no help. No, Deshika means teacher, help, Acharya. So one who does not have any help. What kind of person? That is Madrishana. Vedanta Deshika, in all his humility, is saying people like me. People like me who do not have Shama, Dama, who do not have control of the sense organs, who do not have control of the mind, who do not have good qualities like compassion, etc., who do not have good qualities like devotion, etc., those people, they are asharananam. Those people who don't have, who also don't have any kind of shelter. They have no place to go to. They have no refuge. Such people. Madrisham, like me. Vedanta Deshika says, like me. For them, these kind of people, Sharanam, shelter is idam, shelter is agamanam nidhanam. Shelter is the nidhanam, treasure of agamanam, of the Vedas. So people like me who do not, who are strange to, who are strangers to what? Control of the mind, control of the sense organs, having good qualities like compassion, having devotion. So we are all strange people like me, Vedanta Deshika says, are strangers to these things. We don't possess these things. We are Vaideshika. We are strangers to these things. Also, we have not got any help. Nobody has actually taught us anything. So we don't know how to attain. This is too much humility. And Vedanta Deshika says, no, we don't have any help. And Asharana Anam. And we have no help and no refuge, no recourse. We have no recourse. And to such people, this is the refuge. What is the refuge? Which is the treasure of the Vedas. What is the treasure of the Vedas? Idam, this Madhavasya Padakamalam. This Madhavasya, Madhava means the husband of Lakshmi. Husband of Lakshmi is, of course, Vishnu, Lord Ranganatha. So Lord Ranganatha, of Lord Ranganatha, Madhavasya Padakamalam. The Lord Ranganatha's lotus feet. Lotus feet. So this lotus feet of Madhava or Lord Ranganatha is the only refuge of people like me who have no other place to go, who have no control over sense organs, who have no control over mind, who have no good qualities like compassion, mercy, etc., who have no devotion at all. Only recourse, only refuge, only shelter of people like me is the treasure of the Vedas. Why? Because Vedas talk about the foot or feet of Lord Ranganatha. So the treasure of Vedas, and that treasure, Pada Kamalamidham, you are Rakshyam Asid. You are protecting. Okay, and then what kind of treasure is that? What kind of treasure? Anudaya Nidhananam. Anudaya Nidhananam. Anudaya Nidhananam means Agamanam Nidhanam. Anudaya means where there is no Udaya and Nidhana. Means which does not have Udaya means birth, Nidhana means death. So Agamanam, Agama means Vedas. Agama means Vedas. So of the Vedas which have no birth and death. Vedas are eternal, so they don't have any birth or death. Of those Vedas, you are the treasure, means the feet of Lord Ranganatha is the treasure. And such a exalted feet, you are Rakshyam Asit, you are protecting. So the idea is, even earlier, Vedanta Deshika in the Prabhava Paddhati itself and elsewhere also, till now in Paduka Sahasram, Vedanta Deshika has emphasized that the Paduka or the footwear of Lord Ranganatha is greater than the feet of Lord Ranganatha. Greater than the feet of Lord Ranganatha. And so he says that you are so great that you are protecting Rakshyasi, Rakshyam Asit. You are protecting. You are protecting the feet of Lord Ranganatha, which is the only refuge for people like us who have nowhere else to go. So that means in this chapter of Prabhava or greatness or glory of the Paduka, why this verse has been told? That it is practically impossible to tell your glories. It is practically impossible to tell your glories. So that is why, though there are so many glories you might have, but it is impossible to recount the glories or tell the glories, because you protect something which is so glorious. So how can we tell about your glory? That is the idea. Then Vedanta Desika says in the next verse, Parichita pada padmam paduke ranginastvam tribhuvana mahaniyam sadaram dharayantah Nija sirasi nilinam devi mandara malyam nigama parimalaihi te vasayantiva devaha. So here he says Devi, Devi, Devi Rangina Padukehe. So, oh Devi, who is the footwear of Ranganatha, Rangina Paduke, footwear of Ranganatha. So Devi. Now Paduka has been considered a Devi, a goddess. So why Devi? Then he says, Parichita pada padmam tribhuvana mahaniyam tvam sadaram dharayantah devaha. So Parichita pada padmam. So you are, what means Paduka? Paduka, you are, how are you? You are Parichita Pada. You are close. You are close. You are Parichita. You are close, or you are familiar, or you are intimate with Pada, with the feet. Whose feet? Feet of Lord Ranganatha. And what kind of Pada? Padmam. Pada, like lotus feet. You are close, or you are intimate, you are greatly affectionate to the feet of Lord Ranganatha. And you, Tribhuvana Mahaniyam, you are Mahaniyam, praised, extolled by, or celebrated by Tribhuvana, 3 worlds. You are Mahaniyam, extolled or celebrated by 3 worlds. How? And you see, Devaha Tvam Sadaram Dharayantah Nija Shirasi. So you are Sadaram, with great devotion or great respect. You are Dharayantah. You are carried by Devas, by the gods. So gods, they carry you on their Nija Shirasi, on their heads, on their own heads. That's the literal meaning, their own heads. That means their heads. So Nija Shirasi, they carry you on their heads, because also with great respect, Sadaram Dharayantah. They carry you on your heads, on their heads, Devaha Nija Shirasi. Nilinam. So why? Because they want to give some fragrance to the garland that they wear. So here there is a particular reference here to a particular flower called Mandara. Mandara Malyam Nigama Parimalaihi. So Mandara Malyam Nigama Parimalaihi. Nigama means Vedas. Parimalaihi means fragrance. So they want to Vasayanti Iva. it is as though, it is as though these gods want to vasayanti, bring down the or spread the vasana, means fragrance, smell of nigama, nigama parimala. Parimala means smell, good smell, fragrance of nigama Vedas into their mandara malyam. Te means yours. So they all wear this garland made of mandara flowers. Mandara flowers. How? Why do they wear this? We come to that. And they wear this mandara flower garland, and they want to bring or spread the fragrance of the Vedas into the mandara flowers which they wear. So either they wear as garland or they wear it on their heads. Devas or gods, they either wear this on the as the garland or on their heads, and they want to spread the fragrance of this, the Vedas, Nigama Parimala, the Vedas to the head. Garlands on the head like a crown, or they want to spread it to the garland which they are wearing of mandara flowers. That means because of you being so close to the feet of Lord Ranganatha, you are having great fragrance. And so people, they want to, people means even devas, gods also, they want to take you on their heads, and they want to spread that fragrance to the mandara flower. So your fragrance is better than mandara flower because you have the fragrance of the Vedas. So the idea is Vedas are having the fragrance, that is feet or the paduka are the fragrance of the Vedas. Why? Because the Vedas are eternally connected with Lord Ranganatha's feet. So they want to also enjoy the fragrance of the other devas. They always are into experience, because that devas are the people who want to stay in a particular post, etc. They want to enjoy the experience, or they want to experience the fruits of their actions. So that is why they do a lot of punya and they attain some loka and they want to be there, Deva Loka. So that's why they are great. They are great. So one more meaning is that Tribhuvana Mahaniya. So Devaloka is one of the lokas. And Tribhuvana Mahaniya, the greatness of Paduka, your greatness has spread to all the three worlds, or you are praised by all the three worlds. And so Devaloka also they praise you. And in Devaloka, the main person is Indra, who is the king of the Devas, who is the controller of the Devas. Now this king of Devas, who is Indra, he has a garden, and in that garden there are 5 trees are there. In Devi Bhagavata it is said these 5 trees are Mandara, Parijata, Santana, Kalpa and Harichandana. Mandara, Parijata, Santana, Kalpa and Harichandana. These are the 5 trees. And so there are 5 trees. And so all people, these devas, what they do, they go to Indra's garden and they take some mandara flower and they either make it a crown or they make it a garland and they wear. But they are not very happy because the flower is not very fragrant. So they go and they take you on their heads. They bow down and they have heard about Paduka because it is Tribhuvana Mahaniya. It is glorified by all the 3 worlds. So they have heard about Paduka. Oh, Paduka is very important. So they take you on their heads. And by taking you on their heads, they spread the fragrance of Vedas. So you are the fragrance of Vedas. Padukas are the fragrance of the Vedas. They spread it to the Mandara garlands. That is the idea here. So here we can see how Vedanta Desika is going, he is very picturesquely talking about the greatness of Paduka. And he also refers to various other texts which we are seeing. And Mandara also here denotes the flower Mandara. It also denotes the different experiences of the Devas. So why they are experiencing? Because when they were born, they were in the Martya Loka, means when they had when they were ordinary beings in a particular Janma, they had done tremendous merit. They had done tremendous punya. And so because of that, they are now enjoying this Devaloka. So because of those punyas, they have a lot of privileges. One of the privilege of that Devaloka is to have this flowers. So that is one of the privileges of Devas. That is, they have this garlands of Mandara flower. And so here also, Devas are not great devotees because they are just loving bhoga. So they don't think of God much, might not think of God. But the message here is, even Devas who are taking you on their heads, so we should definitely worship you or be devoted to you. That is the idea. So we will see the next verse next week. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. Is there any question? Smriti?
No questions, Swamiji.
Okay. Okay, Shubhratri. Namaste.